Joining me today, I have Christelle. She is a graduate of Adult and Teen Challenge's long-term program, and now she's taking their Surge Leadership program. We're going to talk about a very exciting thing that happened to you coming up, Christelle. But thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
So, before we get to what happened recently, that you worked very hard for, by the way, I would love for you to share a little bit about how you initially found yourself at the doors of Adult and Teen Challenge.
Yeah, I would love to share. So I am 30 years old. I'll be turning 31 in December, and I have been struggling, or I had been struggling with addiction for, or probably around 15 years ago it started. And I tried many times to get sober. I went to the treatment for the first time when I was 19, and I went a total of 7 times to inpatient treatment. I tried various harm reduction methods. I tried different kinds of therapy, and I always found myself relapsing. And, I had a lot of traumatic things happen during the course of my addiction, and I just wasn't able to get out of that. And I had, I had encounters um, with my faith. Like I was growing in my faith slowly over the course of my 20s. I was going to 12-step meetings and they always talked about a higher power. And slowly that started to shift for me where I started going to church when I would be sober. And I did try praying, but I have to say, I didn't really have a relationship with Jesus until I got here to Teen Challenge. And basically, right before I came to Teen Challenge, I was just completely broken, completely feeling hopeless. And I had been hesitant to come here because it seemed like such a long commitment. And I was afraid to give up everything that I knew for a year. And then finally, I reached a point where, I knew that either I was going to, die using, or I could give this a shot, a genuine shot. So, yeah.
Amazing. I would love to hear a little bit about how your experience was at Adult and Teen Challenge for that year.
Well, it was unlike anything I had experienced before at any of the other treatment centers I went to. As soon as I walked in here, I felt the love and the unconditional acceptance of the women who worked here. And, I hadn't had many um, great long-term relationships with women over the course of my life. I had a few friendships that were meaningful to me, but I had lost them all over the course of my addiction. And some of those relationships are being repaired now, but yeah, I had alienated most of the people from my life. And so to come here and to have people accept me and love me with no strings attached, not wanting anything from me, and then getting to lean into the Lord, being encouraged in my faith, actually learning um, what the truth of what the word says, because the world will distort that so many times, and cultivating and growing in that relationship with Jesus, that really um, that really changed everything for me. And I can't speak highly enough about this program. It doesn't I feel like I am a completely different person from who I was before coming in here. My brain is restored to its capacities that it was when I was younger, right? I was feeling very hopeless about that for a long time. Um, Emotionally, I'm able to regulate my emotions. I don't have those ups and downs anymore. And then obviously spiritually, I feel like I have real peace for the first time in my life. So,
I'm
yeah.
so glad to hear that, Christelle. Seriously. You have something else to celebrate. You did a very big feat recently that resulted in something fantastic. Give us the details.
Well, I was told when I first came into the program that if you memorize Psalm 119 and you're able to recite it, so no pauses, no referring to the Bible in between, reciting it. So it's 176 verses. It's the longest psalm in the Bible. It might be the longest chapter in the Bible.
It
Okay,
is.
it's the longest chapter in the Bible. And if you memorize it, then you'll get a car. And because with so how Teen Challenge they we have there's car lots, and people kindly donate their used vehicles that they're not needing anymore, or just in order to help, and you can get a tax write-off for that. So yeah, encourage that because you could be really helping. But yeah, they even, they fixed up the car for me and everything. It was my first car. It's my first car. I've never had a car before, and I've been driving since I was able to. I guess age 16 here in Ontario, and I never had a car. I'm from Toronto. It didn't really make sense to buy one, and it just was never in my budget. It was never something that I could afford, and but I've always really wanted one, right? So it's really, yeah, it's a game changer for everything. And so I was like, well, what do I have to lose? I'm in here anyways for a year, and they do keep us really busy, right? We do work full time at the thrift store, and then we have class before and after, so they're full days. But I found the time to I made a little study plan for myself, and I found the time to work on it, and it basically took me like 8 months. Yeah.
Incredible, though. And so you recently recited it. What was it like getting a car? And what kind of car is it?
It was amazing. It's a little red Pontiac Vibe, and it's a dream. Yeah.
What does it mean for you in your life now that you have a car?
Well, first of all, I really wanted to be able to help others get around as well, because in my whole life I've relied on other people for rides or to borrow their car or things like that. So, yeah, it's really nice to be able to to get around to church or like do errands and bring other people along who need a ride if I can. Um, yeah, I might at some point go and visit my family with the car, do a little road trip. But yeah, Toronto has really good public transit compared to here probably. It's just buses here, and yeah, it's in the cold of winter also. I'm not used to the -20, -30, so it's
You're
definitely
in Thunder
awesome.
Bay?
Yes, I
So
am.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
wonderful. I have one last question. Thank you so much for sharing all that, and a huge congrats on your very
thank
first
you.
car. That is
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Um, if somebody listening right now is struggling with their own addiction and they're feeling lost, what would you say to them?
Um, I would say that I completely understand how you're feeling. It feels like you're so stuck. It feels like it's never going to change. It feels entirely hopeless in those moments. But I'm here to tell you that things can change. They can turn around for you. There's someone who loves you so much, no matter what you've done, no matter the things that go on in your mind, no matter the things that were done to you or that you've done. You are completely loved just as you are. His name is Jesus, and he's been knocking at your door. He's been looking for you, and he's still pursuing you, and he's going to pursue you every single day of your life. And he's just waiting for you to go to him. And yeah, he's completely changed everything for me. Knowing him is the most it's the biggest blessing of my entire life. And I just can't wait to spend every day with him, and I just wish that for you as well. And he can forgive everything you've ever done. He will forgive everything you've ever done, and you don't have to keep living your life like that. Truly, you really don't, and there is hope. So just hold on to hope and know that things can get better. They really can.
Beautifully said, Christelle. I wish you the absolute best. Thank you so much for sharing today,
Thank
and
you.
congrats on your car. And perhaps we'll talk in the future as well.
Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.